Okay, there we go.
What is going on, Connor?
Not a whole lot. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. We might actually have some. I might have some unintended guests in this. Bruce, get out in this live. The kids are home from school because Leighton caught the Rona, so Maddox is chilling in the Fox right behind me here.
Hey, fair enough.
But yeah, we'll let some people hop in here and we'll get started, man.
Okay.
Sorry, I made it start a little bit later.
Can you hear me?
But,
I moved over to Bluetooth.
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
There's a delay, though. It looks like there's a delay. I don't know if anyone else has seen a delay. I'm going live. No. Go watch your baseball game. What's up, Eris? What's up, Stupid Fast Truck? Zach, what's going on? I'm not sure how many boss peoples will hop in here. At least we got Eris, so we'll be. But I posted it in like every boss group I could see, so we'll see what happens. This is the second iteration of this, so it's going to be kind of like a, we'll see how it flows through. Basically, the way I'm going to do it is, if anyone's been in here for one of these, the other one we did, Mr. Yellowhammer Garage Connor here sent me a whole bunch of files, and he had a 2013 School Bus Yellow Boss 302, and we're just going to let him tell a story of his car, starting from purchasing all the way to the end, and I'll let him talk about the end when we get there, because he has a very interesting ending to his story. So, yep, looking forward to it. And honestly, I'm excited about this because Connor, I meant to get Connor on my channel a long time ago, well before I was, I think I was in the thousand range for subs, and
1,500 maybe.
I can't remember, but it was at Ponies and Smokies last year, which is going on right now somewhere in my Ponies and Smokies hat, because I wish I was there. But I had actually done an interview with Connor. We were going to feature his car, and he had a corrupt file, and I couldn't use it no matter how many times I tried. I tried and tried and tried, and every time I tried to upload it, it was corrupt and it wouldn't go. So I'm glad we have you on here, man. And what we'll let you do is, I think we're starting to get some people, but go ahead. Introduce yourself. Most of these guys know you, but that's fine. Introduce yourself. Talk about what kind of car you own. Just share the car we're talking about for now, and then we'll get to what's going on presently at the end.
Okay. Well, if you don't already know, I am Connor over at Yellowhammer. I did have a 2013 302.
Uh-oh. Connor, I think your signal's cutting out.
Let me move. I'm on my iPad right now. Let me move it over my phone. I don't think the Wi-Fi might be working.
No worries. We'll stand by for a minute. What's up? What's up, Sublime? Gary, what's going on? Let's see. Mark, how you doing? Frank, what's going on? Yep, we are freezing in the garage. It's still cold, and if you can't see, Maddox is peeking over the steering wheel back there. He's gonna be keeping an eye. No, you're joking, Carmob. Carmob, you're joking. You're joking. Please tell me you're joking. Carmob says he lost control of the Shelby.
That for no.
Yeah, you're still kind of jumpy a little bit. Well, Mob, now is a perfect opportunity. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. No delay. All good.
Yep, you sound good right now. I can't see you. Are you in front of your camera? Because if you are in front of your camera, then there's a problem. So it's up there.
I am now. Okay. Yep. I've got my phone near the door now. Hopefully it'll be better than Wi-Fi.
Okay. Let's see. What's up, Boost Addict? Did Ken just hop in here? Did I miss Ken? Oh, Ken, that my Ken, local Ken. What's up, Ken? All right, You said, all right, so it's Connor, 2013, School Bus Yellow Boss 302. Let me go ahead and start the screen, and we'll go ahead and just kick this thing off, man, because I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know how much time you got.
I'm good till about 10:30. If we end up going that long.
Let's see.
Yeah, if I didn't put everything in chronological order, I did try.
I kind of set it up here. So we talked about where you're from. What's your social media handle? Obviously, it's on
All
here.
at Yellowhammer Garage.
Where'd that name come from?
If I'm being frank, it didn't really come from anywhere. I don't know. I don't think you're really into college football a whole lot, but did Bama come in yet? Bama 5.0?
I don't know. I can't see that now. You're my eyes and ears on the stream, on the live. Oh Jesus, I'm just trying to. I'm trying to navigate your photos here, and it's trying to zoom in. It's not working. We'll just leave it like that.
Okay. Well, anyway, for Alabama, the whole Roll Tide deal, I kind of grew up being, that kind of college football fan for that team. And they kind of had their own thing when they win at the end of the game called Rammer, Jammer, Yellowhammer. And that had kind of been where that come from.
Okay.
Make it quick.
I'm gonna try and bring the stream up real quick on my phone so I can see comments. If I can get it off here.
Yeah, I had my phone for the comment, but that didn't work out too well.
I'm gonna see if I can do this real quick so I can see who's in here. Sorry, guys. This is the second time we've done this. So there's still technical difficulties to iron out. All right. So how many Mustangs have you owned before you got your Boss, or is that your first Mustang?
Only that one.
Only that one. That's a good one to start out with. Let's see. All right, man. So we got the first picture up here. Go ahead and you got your car from Carvana.
That grueling nightmare of the 90-day period. But yeah, I took that photo right there. That had been the car that I got, kind of for, looking back in time with it. But yeah, 31 grand, and it had like 32K on the clock at that point in time.
Yeah, and right now that's a pretty good price by today's standards because everything's kind of shot up. But okay. And you just made the comment. So if you guys don't know, you buy from Carvana, you get like 100 days to basically find any problems with it that they cover under warranty unless you pay for their extended warranty.
And they are very picky about that warranty too. Like
you
can't be like, hey, I've got a problem, and they'll be like, yeah, we'll take care of it. No, you've got to have a guy from them come out and confirm that you need whatever that you think you need.
So that means you had some problems. So like what problems do you have with your car when you got it?
What didn't I have? The lower part of the bumper, where you have the whatever you want to call that, the chin, you can call it.
The lip?
Do what?
The lip?
Yeah, the lip, if you want to call it that. Like every mounting tab underneath the bumper to mount that up to the bumper, and then like ripped in half. I don't know. Fifth gear went out probably within like a week and a half period of driving it. You couldn't really hear it to begin with when I drove it, when they drop it off, but you could kind of feel it, give a little bit of feedback putting it into fifth, but you could definitely tell that, it had been on the way up. And really that had been about it, but, again, you're already at 10 grand for a new bumper, new paint, NT82, having that put in.
Did they cover all that?
They did.
That's pretty crazy. Like their business model is so poor that they didn't make any money on your car. There's no way they made money.
No, I mean they had to put 10 grand back into it after me buying it for 30 grand. You would think they would benefit from going over the car during them buying it from whoever, and then being like, hey, you got that wrong with it. We're going to offer you that amount for the current deal with the car. But
yeah, well, I mean, yeah, they They don't inspect it. The 150 point inspection is a joke. I
Oh,
proved
yeah.
that. I proved that with the Explorers I bought because like the even the transmission fluid caps hadn't even been disturbed.
Hmm.
Like there was sludge all over them on mine. And
I agree.
let's see. So are there a lot of bosses near you?
That had been a trip to kind of a bigger populated area, about half an hour away from me. And you know Eric Gray,
I do. Yeah, man. He's got the
that
he won
that had
best
been.
he won the best in show, I think.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. That had been. You got him right there, I believe,
Yep. That looks like his
and
car.
an older guy on that white and black one there, 12. And
Okay.
I talked to him for a moment.
Okay. And I see you've got that is the track
Track
key
key. Yeah.
sticker. So if people don't have that and you're a boss owner and you're in here, or if you're watching this after the fact and you're looking for a place to acquire that, I know Custom Pony One makes them, and you can get that. I took mine and I stuck it in my binder because I didn't want to stick it on my car, but I got it in my binder to prove I have it.
Right.
So what are we looking at here? What is this, a long tube header install?
Yeah, me putting the long tube header in.
What header did you run?
Long tube header brand.
Yeah.
They're really good quality, I think. Like up there with what had been the really popular one.
Cooks.
Yeah, I think their quality and like the coating on them are up to par with them,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Okay, let's see. Anything else to talk about in this photo for us, Skip?
Not that I can remember. No.
Okay. Let's see. Where's that, man? That's a sick place to take a photo.
That the dragon that I recorded near me, like half an hour, well, not even under half an hour away. I have an old photo of that if I can find it, like way back in the day.
Nope. Sorry, my fault.
Technical difficulty.
Trying to mute it. That's not going to work. All right, we're good. Sorry.
Okay.
My apologies, guys. Trying to figure out a way to highlight comments and read. I am reading your comments. However, I can't have it open my phone because my phone won't let me mute it for some reason.
Yeah, I wanted to keep my phone pulled up here for that, but I had to move it toward the door. Kind of both in the blind on that one.
Stupid Fast Truck, he said they were long tube header brand, they are a good brand. A lot of people like them. What's up, Chad? We got Oakley Stanley in the house. What's up, Oakley? He's asking you. Well, Oakley, we'll address that question at the end, sir. We'll address that question at the end. We got a ways to go until we get there. All right.
That'll hopefully had been a local guy near me that we both know Brody, by the way.
Okay, yeah, Brody's good people, man. So that last photo, that was just with the exhaust, right? That was the only mod done at the time. All right, so we got some. Luckily, in this episode, guys, Connor sent us some pretty nice clips, so we'll get to see his car.
They're fake, and we'll talk about that one here after you play it.
Okay, so right here, it looks like we're about to have a race, and you're in Mexico, I'm assuming. What was
have
that?
Audio on it?
Yeah,
a Hemi Challenger at the 2-door.
Yeah, you couldn't hear that?
No, I couldn't hear it. Not on my end.
Let me see something real quick.
But hypothetically, that had been driving and shifting one-handed while recording with the left hand.
Should be sharing the audio. Nobody can hear it. Can anyone hear it? All right, we're gonna try something new here. Hold on.
Okay.
We're gonna. No, because that won't work. It'll blast out my speakers. I was gonna open it up on my phone and play it mic through my phone, but then if I mute my laptop, it's not doing me any good. All right, hold on. I don't know if anyone. Ken says no audio. It should be playing. We heard Kirill's when I did it this way. Maybe it's too loud. I don't know. Try one more time.
I think a clip or two later on had audio too that might need to be muted, but not anything bad. But
Can you hear it?
mm-mm. Anybody get audio?
Can you hear anything?
No, I'm not hearing anything on mine.
All right, we'll try a different clip because this is that one of your quieter clips anyway. Well, I don't know what this is. Let's see. All right, so this is what are you doing here? Installing your X pipe.
Yeah, that had been the mid pipe and I think mid pipe and kind of wrapping up the header deal, I believe.
And does that so you deleted the side pipes altogether?
Right.
What'd you do with the side pipes?
I got rid of them, the factory manifold, cat, and everything for about $1,000, I think.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I'll see.
Not really anything entertaining, but documenting the work.
Oops. Did you hear that at all?
No, I didn't hear anything from that either.
Man, what is going on here? Why can I not? I'm trying to think of what there's like a setting I gotta mess with here.
Anybody in the comments?
Maybe if I mute my mic. I'm gonna mute my mic real quick. Tell me if you hear it.
Okay. No, I'm not getting anything now either.
Can you hear? I don't understand though because we didn't have issues with this when echo cancellation.
If you play it through Google Drive, well, yeah, normally if you play it through Google Drive, you have audio. I don't know why it wouldn't play through.
Well, I didn't have this issue with Kirill for some reason. So I'm looking through the settings real quick to see what is going on.
I wonder, you're not connected to like Bluetooth, like earbud or headphone or anything, right?
No, I'm not.
Volume on your computer up.
Yeah, it's all the way up.
Okay.
All right, guys, we're trying to solve this because it should be anything. Hear any of your music in the background? Let's try adjusting. All right. Let's that's not one of your louder clips though. You do have louder clips. This is a louder one, I believe.
Yeah, I think I fired the car up after getting the tin loaded on that one.
Yeah, let's see.
Nope, not on that one either. Look like.
You said you don't hear anything still?
Mm-hmm.
That is ridiculous, man. It's loud. It's right here. All right. Hold on. Let's try.
Can you hear it playing through your computer?
Yeah, I have it turned up all the way. Yeah, I can't believe why. I don't know why the speakers. You know what? Let me try this. I'm going to turn off the echo cancellation, and I bet you that does it.
Good.
All right, stereo audio. All right, let's try this. I feel like we fixed it, but maybe not. Can you hear it?
Yep, here's now.
Sweet. All right. Oh yeah, some
that
driving
one had
clips.
that. Yeah, I couldn't remember why I had that clip that one.
You still have that N-gauge?
No, I neglected to grab that out of the car. I would have liked to.
You could have sold it, man.
Could have.
What axle back you running?
Factory. Never
Wow.
went to anything aftermarket.
That sounds good. All right, let's see. That was the
I
it
think
for
we're
the
done
first.
with one now, right?
Yeah, we're done with one. All right. Sorry, let's get caught up on comments real quick. Sorry, guys, we've been figuring out the technical difficulty parts of this, and I'm trying to. Good, everybody can hear it now. That's good. All right, cool. Sorry, yeah, that was painful, guys. But now I know for next time. All right, let's see.
Thank you, Frank, for that.
All right, so I see you got the new wheels on here.
Yep. That had been a guy at a local event that I met at the 12 there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's two different yellow colors. The 13 is the school bus yellow. The 12 is the blaze yellow. And the blaze yellow has like a metallic kind of flake to it. And you deleted. You took out your fog light deletes.
Right. We already had the fog light halo on there.
Okay. Well, and we got videos of that, or you have a picture of that later on.
Yep.
Which actually I think it's the next one right there. Yeah. All right, let's see. So was that a kit or did you design those?
No, I made the like fake fog light part to go in and then put the LED in that part.
All right, they're saying there's an echo now, so I guess what I have to do is constantly turn it on and off. Every time there's a video, so I guess that's what we're gonna do. Can you hear? Now there's no echo, right?
No, I don't hear anything.
Let's say Connor echoes. Is he still echoing, guys? Shouldn't be, because the echo's probably going through my laptop. So, all right, say that again. What'd you do for this Halo? How'd you make that?
Like the fake fog light cap, that you can pop out on the 13, or if you had the other 302 grill.
Okay.
I made that part to go in there, and then put the LED light in that part.
You like that, Maddox? Yeah, Maddox likes it. He approves. Is that a stock? Is that the Boss radiator or is that aftermarket?
Factory. It looks like an aftermarket one with the light on it though.
Yeah. Those things are expensive, man. I had to replace mine and I got screwed out of it, unfortunately. But let's see. All right, so what wheels we rocking here?
The RTR Tech 5, 20 by 9.5 in the front and 20 by 10.5 in the back, I think.
Okay. 10.5, you said? Okay.
Yeah, 10.5 in the back, I think.
And if you got anything to add to any photo, man, just go ahead and blur it out. And we're here for you, man. We're gonna hear your story here.
Right. We'll talk about the factory wagon wheel here a little bit later.
And so Yellowhammer makes sense. You had all yellow cars, and you got rid of that too, right? The the Xterra, yeah.
Yeah, I have a little economy Hyundai now. That had been in Myrtle for Mustang Week.
And I see you got
kind of proud of my parking there.
Yeah, and I see you painted the calipers there. Oh shoot!
Yep.
Why? And you're running an aftermarket ducktail. What are you running?
Wicker bill on the factory wing back there.
What company made that?
I think I put that in the note thing there. I can't remember the name of them offhand. They make a lot for like
Was it MMD?
different vehicles. No, kind of a not really a big company. Like I think it might be like a couple man ops,
ZL1
but
add-ons.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I never heard
they
of it.
make a lot for any car, Ford,
I'd never,
Mopar.
yeah, I'd never heard of them before. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Was that it for this one? That was it. On to folder 3. Yeah, I like this photo, man. So that's why I picked this one for the thumbnail.
Yeah,
That's a
that
cool-
the fog light had been after like putting the more opaque kind of layer over top of the LED to make it like not background light, but make
Yeah,
it more like a halo kind of look neon.
yeah, it looks good. I like it. And then I see you have what are these? I don't know what they're called. There's a technical term, canards. What's the term for these?
Oh, the winglet or wicker.
Yeah, like right the ones that I know you designed them. So kind of, if you got a better picture, we can wait till then. I think you do.
I think I threw a video in there, maybe even of like walking around it.
You can see them
Um,
right here. A little. Yeah, you did.
yeah,
I know you did. I know you did. Okay, yeah, we'll get to that in a second. And this is this Pitts?
yeah, I believe.
Yeah, I never went to this area to take those photos. I
You
wish I
didn't go to
did.
the wall.
No, I never went to the wall. Because as soon as I got there, I had to like emergency clean my car because it was disgusting. We ran Mount Pisgah in the Boss, and it was just rained. I literally been through 2 tornadoes. If you watch that video, I drove through 2 tornadoes that were like somewhere in the vicinity of me there because we kept getting warnings to seek shelter.
Mhm.
And then we went to Mount Pisgah. It was soaked from rain that we had gone through there 2 days before, but we had a lot of fun. But the car was so nasty. And then I was parking inside. I literally spent, I think, like I don't know, 5 hours cleaning the thing. Brody came over to introduce himself, which was pretty nice, and then so did Eric. Everybody, a couple. It was really cool because a lot of guys came over and said, "Hey, we watched the channel." I was like, I thought it was really neat because it never really happened to me before. But I was like, I was also kind of like, "Hey, nice to meet you," but I was in a rush to get the car cleaned, so I didn't mean to like shoo him off, but I had to get it clean so I could feed my family.
Right.
Uh, yeah, I like those. I tell you what, man. If I was ever going to get a 13, it was going to be a school bus yellow. All right, what's the deal here?
Yeah. Pick the 2200 unit up in like January or February of 21, maybe
Yep.
22, and never quite got that far, but it looked cool anyway.
And you couldn't just hold on to it for another couple years for your dear old friend.
Hey, I put it up. It didn't even I didn't even find a buyer for a month or two anyway, probably.
Yeah, I didn't have the cash either. I would have, man. If I had the cash, I would have bought it, jumped on it in a heartbeat. I just didn't have it.
Right.
815
I'm gonna go mute on the mic real quick and put the door down here. That way, I think a lot of people were hearing the dog.
Yeah, you're good. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off the echo cancellation so we can watch this next vid. And we'll get him back in here. Let's see. Get your toy? That's cool. Bring it over here. Let's see. Come on. We got a second, Maddox. Come on. Sorry, guys. Maddox wants to show the group something real quick. Hurry up. He's eager. He loves boss stuff here. So, what you got there?
A toy.
A toy? A 19. Yeah, that's a yellow boss.
Good
That's
color.
pretty cool. Yeah, 1970. The cool thing is, what I love about my kids, man, is they like take care of their cars. All right, let's see. All right, so you're probably echoing again. I just turned it off. Tell me if you can't hear it.
Okay, I'm gonna wind up there a little bit.
That sounded good.
Okay, that had been header nothing there.
Whoop. My fault. Go ahead, I'd turn echo cancellation off.
That had been while I had the car header dumped for.
Oh, I remember
R&D.
that.
Yeah.
Where was so what event was this and what were you doing?
They kind of like not really rent out, but a private airport in Kentucky, a little bit over the line for me. They do like a quarter-mile run deal, like every other month, give or take, during better weather.
Okay. Hey, if you guys are in the chat and you can hear this, please hit the like button. It does help us out, keeps things going. We're doing really well. Oh yeah, how loud was it? Super Fast Truck says that would be insanely loud.
You even if you were like at 2K in low gear going down the highway, you couldn't talk to whoever you had in the car. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah. I tell you what, man. I told the guy who's running the NASCAR exhaust. I've been messaging him. We've been talking like pretty much every day. I told him, I said, hey, if you ever decide that's too loud for you, I want first dibs. Like I want it.
I can't believe it put out fire from. Did you know if he kept the catted mid pipe or?
No. So the exhaust that he's running, and we can talk about this later on too. But the exhaust he's running was designed by the Roush race team, and so it was a custom mid pipe that was basically built with the boom tubes already attached. So he deleted everything that was the stock Boss X pipe back, and he sent it to a performance shop. His other car is Lamborghini Gallardo, so I mean you can tell the guy's got some money. So he sent it to a performance shop, and they custom modified the exhaust to make it fit. They had to like if you look at the original picture, the pipes are actually sticking out like an extra 4 inches. So they had to do some heavy modifications to it, and they got it looking like it's stock. And I wish it came looking like that stock. It looks sick.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to complain about that either. It looked really good, the bending and everything.
Yep. All right. So what's the video we're about to watch here?
You don't need audio on it. I think that had been a video of the BMR loop and putting in the aluminum for performance.
How difficult's the BMR safety loop to put in?
It's not very. At the top of the loop, where I think a lot of people have that problem too. If you have the MGW, I had to put like a kind of like a dampening mat, if you want to call it that. It would like briefly make contact with the MGW during high RPM, and you could hear it rattle. But I put that in there between both of them, and it didn't have any problem after that.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to do the same thing. I got the. So did you have to drop the trans at all to put the BMR loop on?
Yeah, if you look right there, I'd already had the member off for the back mount of the MK82 there. If you let that drop down, like all the way, kind of let it fall but keep the jack underneath it, you barely have enough room to get the one piece up in there.
Okay, so you hold on a second. So you dropped the trans you dropped the trans support member.
Yeah.
Did you drop your exhaust?
Yeah, I think I had the mid pipe taken off, but if you go to aftermarket mid pipe, it might take like a 5-minute period.
Well, why'd you drop the support? I didn't think you had to drop the support to install the one piece. I thought you would have to for the BMR safety loop.
Really, I didn't think you would have to drop it for the loop. I tried working in that drive shaft without dropping it to begin with, and like you probably could have, but I feel like it'll be worth more of your time to go ahead and drop it than try to fight it without.
I'd just be worried it's too much stress on the engine, but obviously it wasn't.
I mean, I had a jack about underneath the MT82 that are kind of out of frame, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't think it hurt anything.
I got you. All right. Is this gonna be loud, or is this is just you talking, right?
Yeah, I think it might be a walk around video of the winglet or wicker.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna delete the echo and we'll let you talk about it. So I'll let him talk about it, but he's got these winglets, and we'll play your video, and then you can kind of explain a little more. Or I muted the video.
Yeah, you can mute the video. It doesn't have any relative audio.
All right, let's see. Let me unecho you because everybody says you're off. All right. So what are we looking at here?
Right there, kind of like around the back plate for the wicker that mounted into the fender liner and back of the bumper. Didn't have to drill any hole, didn't have to do anything. Had the kind of outer part of it more narrow than I wanted to the body, but no big deal.
And that was not something you bought, right? You made those?
Right. I bought the trying to think of what material that had been. HDPE material, maybe like
ABS?
kind of polymer. No. Trying to think
PLA?
of the acronym for that. High, whatever polymer. I'd have to look it up, but that had been the material that they normally make a lot of arrow out of.
Yeah, so he made these guys with a 3D printer, right? Or did you just cut it yourself?
No, I made how I wanted it to look and bolt up in CAD, but no, I didn't print that. That had been cut out material that I ordered.
Well, I like it, man. I liked it when I saw it in person too. It definitely made it look more aggressive. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, and people have like taken a new, like a 550 wicker from a 500 and made it fit on there, and it don't look bad, but it don't quite fit right in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, you made it look like it lined up with your wheels and everything. So I mean, that was perfect.
Right. Thank you.
And what event is this? Is this Ponies and Smokies?
Yeah, the autocross they had earlier.
Was that last year?
Yeah.
I really wish I'd done that, but I had to park my car. All right, let's see.
Right. You won't need audio on here either. I think the wind had been blowing a lot. You couldn't really hear my car.
Oh, let's try anyway. Why not?
Okay.
It's not gonna hurt anything. Dang, they're cranking a lot of cars through. Yep, there's some wind. Yeah, that's on my to-do list this year if I can.
Yeah, I would. I like track better than that in the parking lot, but I had a really good time with that too, and it only been like I think entry fee might have been like 50 for that. I don't really know how you beat that for like a full day of back-to-back running if you want to.
Hey, I didn't ask. What one piece did you install?
The Ford aluminum.
So that's the one I got. Was there you notice immediate gains with that?
Oh yeah, like it felt like the car revved up quicker. You didn't have the clunky kind of takeoff or anything like that.
I'll definitely have to. I need to get that done like ASAP.
I would, even if you're not going to put in the caliper right now, I would put that in.
Well, I see why you do the safety loop, but I was also wondering, like, do you really need it if you got the exhaust right there? Like,
I mean,
the exhaust should catch it.
No, technically, probably not, but I think,
better.
yeah, I think at the time they were only like 130. I mean, why not go ahead and keep your.
I've got it sitting on the shelf here. I do have the BMR safety loop, so I do recommend that as well.
Right.
You got more bosses? Man, this kid's like pulling bosses out of thin air. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Looks like you're about to race. What year Camaro? Looks
Like a brand new A10 Camaro.
Sweet. All right. Let's full screen this. Damn. So, did you start out in too low a gear? Because once you got into the RPMs, man, he had nothing for you.
No, I have another video. Top end, they reeled me in, but no, I didn't. I took off probably high 5K, even maybe higher, but I run it out probably more than what it needed to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but you make peak power at peak RPM, though, so there's no reason not to bang it out.
Right.
Because this is like the Boss is one of the only cars that actually does that. Like GT, you lose the power once you get over like I don't know, it's like 6,800.
Yeah.
Now, let's see.
Yeah, I think I went to about $8,000 on that. Probably.
So are these the S650 pistons?
They are from. I can't remember if PP1 had that or if they're only a PP2 car, but yeah, they're off of 550.
Okay. What's up, Brad? We got Broke Brad in the house. We got Downhill Daddy. Sorry, guys. I meant to have both open at the same time, but it's just been a little difficult. What's up? I'm doing something, okay? And let's see, we already talked about the RTRs. Those are Tech 7s, right? No, those Tech 5s.
5. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You move up to the PP2 550 caliper, 15-inch rotor. A big and more of an improvement than what you would think from, moving up from the 4.
Man, I kept seeing for a long time. There's people posting cheap ways to do the upgrade. Like people kept finding the kits for like $200 or something like that, and I'm like, man, where are you guys getting these deals? Because I'm seeing expensive
Like for everything.
For the calipers and for the calipers, I think.
Yeah, if you call around like HollanderPart.com or CarPart.com, I got my pair for $300 to my door.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Still saving for the blower though, so that's the priority right now.
I think I cleaned it up after putting them on. Directly after.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got to paint mine too. Still, I got brakes right here from front and rear. I got to change them out.
Right.
All right.
You won't need audio on that one. That had been me kind of recording what I bought there for, upgrading.
So which clutch is this?
The Mach 600, I think.
Okay. And then what flywheel is that? Is that a light and steel?
Yeah, the Lightning one. I think it might be chromoly. Maybe it hadn't been the aluminum one. I know.
Well, I gotta get rid of my aluminum one. I need to sell my aluminum one to somebody.
I would. Yeah.
Well, I've heard just talking to Raph, Coyote Productions. He's like 99% sure that's why he's throwing codes on his car.
I agree. You've got to keep the weight of the flywheel even after you have it reprogrammed. If like after a period of time, if it'll keep detecting like more RPM to the weight of the flywheel, you'll get that code inevitably no matter what you do.
Yeah.
That had been video here had been me kind of laying into it after getting that put in. You can turn the audio on if you'd like to for that.
All right, let's see.
Here with no lockout, hopefully.
What's up, Laguna Boss? Did Jordan Peterson clean my room? Or are you talking to you? I don't know who he's talking to. Isn't Jordan Peterson like that guy that always talks about men and women and their differences and stuff like that? I don't know. No, Laguna. We're going to hang on to that Parnelli Jones intake. Connor, you're muted right now.
I hadn't been following you at all on the cleaning the room part.
You hadn't been what? Oh, he made a comment. He made a comment, something like, what did he say? Doing the Jordan Peterson clean your room, actually desk while listening. Oh, okay, I got you, Jordan. All right, Laguna, that's fine. All right, let's see. Oh, Jesus. What you got now? Maddox found another boss.
Think that might be after putting on the MGW.
Okay. And did you have a short throw before that, or did you? Okay.
No, factory everything up until that point.
Gotcha. All right, let's see. Sorry, guys. Every time I got to turn off echo cancellation so you guys can hear it. All right. Give me one sec, Connor, for a second. Sorry.
You
We can talk about this real quick if there's anything. So, did you have lockout with the MGW?
No, I went ahead and might need to turn on the echo thing. I can hear me echo. Okay, there we go. No, where I did the drivetrain upgrade prior to that, I didn't have any lockout at all after that. Even with the factory shifter on it, I didn't have lockout.
Yeah, anyone who has not done MGW, I highly recommend it, especially if you have an MT82. I've never been locked out of my car, and I know a lot of the boss guys have that issue right out of the factory. And I was gonna say something, man. We got 36 people in here. That's pretty crazy because I've had 30 before, but it's not too often, so it's pretty nice to up. It just dropped. I said something, and it immediately dropped to 26.
It'll come back up in a minute.
Yeah, that's fun. That's funny though. Okay. All right, let's see. What track?
Track day here. A lot of wind, but you can play audio if you want to.
Which track is this?
At the Corvette museum in Bowling Green. Yep.
Man, I need to stop by there. I went out there to see my wife's family, but
yeah, I mean, if you're already going to be out there, I couldn't recommend it enough. They keep really good care of that track.
Yeah, Pink says he went with a Barton Hybrid 3 flat stick. I don't know anything about the flat stick one. I drove the generic Barton. I don't know if it's generic or what, but I think what's the standard Barton short throw on my buddy's S550. And I mean, it wasn't bad. I didn't have an issue with it, but
great, but
thanks, Stupid Fast. Yeah, guys, if you haven't already and you want to check out more of Connor's channel, Stupid Fast Truck just shared the link here. Highly recommend it.
Thank you for that.
Despite what he's going to break to you guys here shortly, if you don't know already.
Hey,
right.
Everybody will have to cover their eyeball for later to come here.
It's all right. It's okay. Let's see. All right. Echo cancellation off. It is windy. Alrighty.
All good. All good.
I think so. I got to turn off the echo thing again.
But yeah, I couldn't recommend doing that enough. Get track day insurance on your car, go out there and have fun.
Laguna, we can talk about that kind of stuff after we're done with the build, because we're gonna go back to like the normal live stream after this, and we'll talk about a bunch of stuff. I have mixed. I like all of them, honestly. I do. Oh, that was the last here. All right, so
moving on to the final day of the 302.
All right, guys. So if you haven't checked out his channel, and I can't rotate this video, unfortunately. I don't think. Maybe I can. Hold on. No, I don't.
I thought I had it rotated the right way. Maybe not.
I don't think it's gonna let me.
I think if you hit the window key and hit an arrow, it will rotate your computer. Does that do it?
No,
it may throw everything. Okay. Or maybe control and an arrow key.
Sorry, my son is down here asking me silly questions. I think we might. You guys might have to rotate your phone or screen or something. I can't figure it out. I'm trying multiple things here. Nope, that's not doing it. All right. Are you still there, Connor? Did I accidentally close you out?
No, we're good.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go ahead and turn off echolocation. I can't figure it out. I apologize. I'm not a tech savvy individual. I have people that work for me that fix my computer. So sorry. It's the best we got. All right, ready? Ouch.
Look at that guy. He can't drive.
Yeah. Damn Mustang owners.
I did Bo do. Get out of the window by the way.
It's nice that your friends stopped to make sure you're good.
I can't tell.
Yeah, they're a really good group.
10.
Did you get hurt at all?
No, not at all.
That's good. All right, let's try cancellation off. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and stop sharing screen. What's up, dudes? All right, man. So you wrecked the car. I wrote down some questions to ask. I just never follow along with these things ever. You wrecked the car. What happened after that?
A lot of headache with Geico. Like no good communicating with them. A lot of headache to try to figure out what to do going forward, and then them bottom line lying about having frame damage and when it didn't, and that had been why they totaled it out.
So they said it had frame damage and it didn't?
Right. And I kind of regret not having a third party guy going there wherever they moved it to after the tow yard, to go look at it. But you kind of take their word for it, being whoever you got, and then don't really think anything of it.
Gotcha. I should put this up earlier. All right, there we go. We're good.
I like that. No crowd around.
Yeah. So
yeah,
the car got totaled out, and then and you didn't buy it back.
Right.
So what do you? Who owns it now?
People, and I'll talk about it here in a moment too. People bought it from Copart in Kentucky, like northern Kentucky near Ohio, I think, if I had my geography right.
Yeah.
But they have their own body repair and everything, and that won't be anything for them to repair. They've got it rolling right now, but they haven't done the body work. And talking about that too, they I contacted them a week ago on Friday, and they were going to come down here to Pigeon Forge, and I would have been able to look at the car and video it being back completely roadworthy. But when I talked to them, they told me they wouldn't have it done by then. They didn't think.
Did they tell you what they got it for?
21 grand. Not terrible.
No.
I'm figuring probably 10 to 12K if they weren't going to repair it, but for them going to repair it, probably.
But I mean, as a total title, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agreed. Like, I figured buyback, even with like going through Copart, would have been like 13 to 15 grand. But
Yeah.
I didn't think it would get up to 21 grand. But
Yeah.
you got to factor in, I don't know what fee Copart had, or whatever they had to pay them on top of what the car went for.
Yeah. All right. So you sold that, and I gave you a lot of crap because
Thinking I turncoat on you.
Yeah, thinking you sold your boss
willingly,
when really you had an accident, and so I do apologize about that. I know
no big deal.
You don't wish that on anyone, obviously. So what do you have now? What's in your garage?
He moved my body up way in my finger. Maybe. Don't have a wide enough camera there.
Oh, that's nice, man. What year?
17.
17. Is that technically a Gen 1 or is that a Gen 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gen 2 didn't come along till late 2018, I want to think.
Okay. And have you had any oil consumption issues at all?
Mm-hmm. No, a lot of hair.
That's good. All right. So we talked about your cars, talked about what you're in now. Anything else you want to talk about, man? We got you on here. Anything you want to, I don't know, your channel, your socials, anything you want to plug?
I think we covered everything. If you or anybody have anything you want to know or anything related to that.
Yeah. So this is so obviously Connor's no longer a boss owner guy. So I mean, it kind of not really. I should have said boss ex owner build. But no, I wanted to get Connor on the channel because he did have a cool car. I'd seen it in person, and it was kind of a sad ending to it. But he did a lot. What I liked about Connor and what I like about his channel, he does a lot of if there's something he wants, he's made things himself, and I think that's really cool that you're doing that, man. I wish. I had back when I started this channel, I thought about, or I had ordered actually a 3D printer, and I wanted to get into like designing stuff for myself and just to play with. But it was back during when COVID hit, and orders were so backed up that I ended up just canceling it because it told me it would take like 6 months to get here, and I was like, I'd rather buy a part I can have now. So
what brand did you try to buy out of?
I can't remember. I want to say it was something tree, like 2 trees, maybe something like that.
If you're really wanting to get into it on a budget and like a reliable printer, I would get a Creality. They have like really big. You can get really big, and they're probably under 400 or 500. Even like one what I have now will probably be 200 or 300 maybe.
Yeah, is it a resin? I want to get a resin printer.
No, FDM. I want one of them too, but no, the individual layer printer.
I gotcha. Yeah, I think if I did it, I know they are more money, but I'd probably go straight resin because of the quality level that you can get on the first pass.
Yeah, I agree.
But all right, man. What's up? Go ahead.
I do feel really bad. I feel like I let the car die in a non-honorable way. I kind of put it that way.
Well, I'm happy. and one, I look at you got to look at it this way though, right? I mean, I'm assuming hopefully insurance didn't get that video, right?
No, I didn't even put that up until that happened in late 2022, and I didn't put that video up until about a month ago.
And so like think about it this way, dude. You did a lot of actual like driving events, tracks, and stuff like that. To where if you wrecked out on a track, you're screwed, man. You're eating a $30,000 car.
No. I bought like for everything. I didn't do it for the autocross, but I did for the Corvette Museum track. I bought track insurance for it.
Yeah, and that's a smart way to go. That's a smart way to go. So you were good to go. But I mean, there's worse things that could have happened. You could have been hurt, especially on the mountains, right? You could have fallen off a cliff. And I've seen, I think it was not long ago, man. There was a picture of I don't know if it was a Porsche or something, but some guy like fell like 50 feet or something crazy. So
yeah, another guy too. I don't remember their name. I know who they are, but they went off the cliff on the dragon above me, and think of it like Tell the Dragon, but a little bit more faithful. And they went off the road in an area with no guardrail, and everywhere but right there, they have a gravel drain kind of going down about like that.
Yeah.
And if they would have went off anywhere but there, I mean, they would have been down in the valley dead, more than likely.
Have you seen the? There's a it's actually I'm about to sneeze. There's a 2013 Grabber Blue, Boss 302. It fell legitimately like 150 to 200 feet into a ravine. I think it's on the West Coast somewhere. You can Google it. Look up like Blue Boss 302 recovery or something like that. There's a video of them recovering this thing from down in a ravine. Supposedly the people lived, but it's crazy because they pull that thing up with like this gigantic crane thing, and they drop it on the flatbed, and you're looking at it and you're like, wow, like that thing is demolished. But I recommend checking that out. But yeah, man, it could have been so much worse. So we're happy you're good, happy you're on something else, and the car is getting a second life, whether you got it or not. And you got it. I mean, you got a cool toy now, right? There's nothing wrong with 350. I wish. No, yeah, exactly. So when I drove the 350, yeah, I absolutely want one. But like, I'm not selling that car to get one. Maybe one day I'll have one, but I don't blame you at all, right there, right? For me, I'd have a difficult time choosing either way.
Yeah, I know what you mean. If I'm to be completely blunt about it, I hate driving the 350 on the highway, but I love the back road. And then the 302 had kind of been the other way around on that. I felt very comfortable driving it on the highway back and forth to work when I had to drive it for daily. But like the more you do on a back road or track, the more you kind of want to go further. And you really, I mean, at the end of the day, you're not going to make, a 302 perform like an independent rear car. And, I don't know. I love them both, but you kind of have to pick what one you really want to kind of make a priority out of.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, again, I appreciate you hopping on. You're welcome to stay on the panel. I'm going to go ahead and open it up for more people, or if you've got stuff to do, you're welcome to hop out. I'm not holding you hostage at all, but I'm going to go ahead and maybe people got questions for you. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. If anybody wanted to know anything at all, feel free to. Nate, the color of the 350 will be avalanche gray, not white with pink, according to Gary.
But here's the link, guys. People are welcome to hop on in. Guess I didn't see his post. Tim sent me something. Oh, Tim, if you're in here. Oh, no, he's not in here. Give me 1 second. We got Pink's hopping in.
Of course, we got Pink's hopping.
Hello.
Appreciate it, Oakley. It's a learning curve. We're trying to figure out. This is the second time I've done this. I'm trying to figure out the way to make it work to where it's something that's neat to do. I like to let other people talk about their cars because bringing people in here who have modified vehicles, it gives me ideas, gives other people ideas. Hey, or it might be the opposite and be like, you know what? I really don't like that, and I'm not going to do it.
Lots of horrible ideas.
Yeah, exactly. So I've already got a couple cars I think lined up for the next one. I'm trying to find a supercharged build, and I think I got the guy for April. And we're probably gonna work something out and get him in here because I got lots of questions myself. And yeah, just seeing like what it took to get to that level, how much it cost, and what all mods he had to do to make it happen.
Hey, Connor, quick question. When you
Yeah,
wrecked it, what the hell happened?
If you want to play that again, feel free to do that, and I can kind of narrate over it. But I don't know if the car. I don't remember it hydroplaning. It didn't feel like it hydroplaned to me. I think the car locked up.
But it was wet out, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And your traction control probably kicked in.
Yeah,
even
I'm
if you
thinking
didn't
that
want
might have
it
been
to.
what happened.
Yeah, because generally that like my traction control is actually turned off right now.
I don't blame you a bit.
I unplugged it. That's why
that corner I come around to begin with, I'd already kicked out the back end, and I'm like,
yeah.
But right there,
How sharp was that turn? It didn't look like it was that sharp.
Not very.
Not very.
That had been why I didn't even really get why the car locked up.
How were your tires, and what tires were they?
They were literally. They might have had like 8 brand on them, and they're a Continental DWS. They're an all-weather tire, and they.
Yeah, I have like 4 sets of those. They're great tires. They work awesome even in the rain.
Yeah.
If for you to lose it like that in the back end, because I have those for my Mustang, same one, and they usually don't do that unless traction control kicks in when I don't want it to, and it locks the tires up trying to take power out because it does weird things, and I don't like it. So I unplugged it.
Go ahead.
I unplugged it the other day at the track. It's the only way I got down the track faster than 10.8 was by unplugging my traction control, and then I made it in 7.2. So,
yeah, again, I don't know why. Even if you look at the video there above to where the back end began kicking out, there hadn't been a pool of water or anything there. Like, I don't
see any.
But
I know it was wet. I could tell it was wet. And yeah, that probably did not help it being a little bit wet. And there could have been oil that was brought up out. I mean, what time of year was it? Summer?
Yeah, like late third quarter of the year. Or
had it been raining for a while, or was that a fresh rain?
No, it had been raining all morning.
Okay, but it just rained that day. So it probably brought oils up into the road. So your road's slick as hell right after the first rain.
More than likely.
Yeah, you probably hit some oil, and your traction control decided to try and fix it. And if traction control doesn't know what it's doing, especially and the older the car is, the worse it was. The newer stuff's not great, but it still doesn't know what to do.
Oakley, if Brody still had his boss and that boss was boosted, then absolutely. Right now, I'm still just kind of doing boss builds. I'll probably expand it later on, but I don't have enough time to do them like every week or every 2 weeks or something like that. So once a month is about the best I can do. Yeah. So and plus I don't think people be down to watch that every week. So I think it's a good balance just to do one a month, and there's not that many bosses out there anyway, so it leaves me lots of opportunities to feature more cars.
Hey, Laguna, just to answer your question, I doubt his tires were that old. For one thing, I'm sure if they had 8,000 miles on them, they'd been 8,000 miles within less than a year or just over a year.
Yeah. Laguna, I got them in the Take 5 in early 2021. They were practically brand new.
Yeah, see, so I wouldn't worry about the age of them, and that model or brand or that type of Continental has only been out like 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah. I mean, they're a good tire. I never had any problem out of them up until that.
I have extreme contacts. I have performance contacts. I have the extreme force contacts, which are the ones they did with the Hoosier rubber. Those are for my focus, though, and I'm going to be putting those on here this year, hopefully, on my track tire or wheels. That'd be fun.
Have a little flag on the wheel, like for like a track compound, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I looked
Yeah,
at them.
it is definitely a track compound. They have no tread wear on them. That's they're not labeled with any tread wear.
Right.
But those are going on my Focus once I get it done. So hopefully that'll be by this summer.
Yeah. Put up a review of how you locked in if you've not done a whole lot of back road or track driving with them. I'd like to know how they do.
Yeah, I gotta get them on the track though, and I'll have to drive down to Barber or up to is that the Corvette Museum in Kentucky, right?
Yep, in Bowling Green.
Yeah, so that's the Bowling Green track. I want to go there too. It looks like a fun trip.
John,
I really enjoyed it.
John, so we just did the whole episode basically, but you're welcome to watch it from the beginning whenever if you wanted to. But One Less Boss was on the road, but some person who owns a body shop, it sounds like they've saved it. So it's still
and
on.
we'll be back on the road.
That's good because the Boss is a terrible thing to waste.
I agree.
The Boss 302, that is not like a boss of somebody you work for.
Now, Connor, and I missed the first 22 minutes. I was sitting here and I fell asleep. So I don't know what all you talked about. So did you talk about your GT350 at all?
No, we kept that out of the way.
Well, now that we're this far into it, tell us about your buying experience, why you bought the color you did, what made you buy that versus going to find another boss.
Really, I looked around I didn't buy that 350 until, I think really early in the year. I looked for a while, and about every car I bought other than 302 had been out of North Carolina. I've had pretty good luck with buying a good car out of that area. And I either wanted a leadfoot gray or that color that I have now. I think yellow might be a bad luck color for me. But I wouldn't have mind to get back into 302 at all, even now, after kind of getting back into the norm of, all that. But I wanted to try one, even if I didn't like the 350, I could, get rid of it and find a 302 and, repeat. But
just a different experience.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I was looking for a 350 whenever I bought my boss because I didn't want to pay.
Yeah.
And I assume that's just a regular 350, not the R.
Yeah, not an R.
So you have creature comforts in there.
Mm-mm.
I want a 350 R.
I have the dual climate with the tech and track pack, and the Recaro. I didn't want the leather heated and cooled.
Well, yeah. Like I said, I want a GT 350R, but they're extremely hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
They're extremely expensive, and I can't get one. But they don't come with radios. They don't come with anything. If you get the base model of them, the way they're meant to be,
you had to order it or put it back into it.
Yeah, I want a track car.
I know what you mean.
I wanted an Avalanche gray, or there was two oranges. And
I'll be back in 2 minutes. I got to fix something real quick.
All right.
Avalanche gray is a nice color, but I personally would not care what color it was if I got what I wanted. A GT350R with lower mileage, not beat up. I wouldn't care what color it was. I really wouldn't.
Now, when you were shopping for yours, I shopped for, I don't know, I looked for 4 months when I finally decided I'm not spending this money. I got to go a different route. And I bet over half of the GT350s I found had been wrecked at one point or another. That was something that was very common for me to find. I was like, does nobody know how to drive these things? It was very weird. I was like, there's quite a lot of them, and I'm finding like 50% of them for sale had been wrecked at least once. I found one that had been totaled and S-titled twice.
Wow.
I was like, I don't know if I'd ever want one of these things. And then the oil consumption scared me because I'd been around Mustangs.
Mm-hmm.
Love them, never owned one. And I knew I didn't want just a GT. And I wanted an S550. And when I got this, I think I'm glad I got this just to experience it, even if I don't keep it forever. So, but yeah, that was, I just wanted to ask you about that. It was very
no problem. I definitely think everybody ought to go ahead and have even if you have like a regular GT 11 to 14, I think that would be a really good way to work into a 350 or even a newer 550 GT. Kind of learn more of the car behavior than you would going right into one of them,
Yeah. I guess I spoiled myself by buying a Boss 302 to start because I don't even know what a GT drives like. I've never drove a GT in my life.
You spoiled yourself.
My neighbor he has a Roush. He bought brand new in 13. So it's the same year. It's Grabber Blue. And it's got 8,000 original miles on it. And he says, I'll never own an S550 in my life. He says, I don't want an independent rear suspension. He's had every generation from the 60s all the way to now between him and his wife. And he don't like the independent rear suspension, which if you're a track guy or, everybody's got a different opinion. But he said, I don't think I'll ever buy another new Mustang again just because he liked the live rear axle.
Personally, the live rear axle is great for the drag strip, but when it comes to the track, I'd rather have the independent rear.
That's the difference. He never cared about track. I mean, he has 8,000 on his. He bought it brand new, so he doesn't ever drive it. I've only ever seen it drive by the house twice. He only lives a mile up the road. I always see it parked in the corner. And I think that's a big problem. I really wish people would go and experience and enjoy the cars and not just let them sit.
Yeah, I like toward the end, even before that wreck happened, after I did the track day and everything, it kind of hit me like, do I want to do, one line quick, or do I want to do a lot of curves? And it kind of became more of a one priority for me to, look toward handling rather than power.
And that's where everybody, I think, steps into the GT350. Everybody I see in the Boss Owners group, a lot of them, the guys that have GT350s or want to try to make track cars out of these, some of them do, but a lot of them just end up buying a GT350 for the track for like road course racing, and then they turn these into drag cars.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If I had the money, I would buy a 302R in a heartbeat. You'd never be able to drive it on the road, but for a track car, I'd probably pick that over 350.
Yeah.
Chad says say no to buyback titles.
Yeah. He's having problems with one, so.
Yep. Well, John, I'm glad you found your boss, man.
It's one of them foreign ones, so.
Now, how many miles were on your car? Whenever
Wait, who are you talking to?
You.
Oh. Connor, sorry.
The 302 or the 350?
Both of them.
The 302 had 48K on the clock at the ending of it, and I've got 18K on the 350 right now.
Now, did you drive your 302 every day, or did it become more of a garage car?
No, it got drove every day. I didn't have another car at the time to commute with.
Well, it was more. You're probably in the same situation I was in. It's more fuel. My Boss 302 is my most fuel efficient car I own.
For a long time.
Same here, by a long shot.
So, like, my daily gets half what the Boss can get. The Fox body, I don't even want to know what that's getting because I feel like I can watch the needle go down, even though I only have like 150 horsepower. My wife's car gets good mileage with that 2.3 turbo Explorer.
Right.
Smiles per gallon.
I've got a little. What are Hyundai now? Korean? Are they Korean made?
Yeah.
I don't think a Mach 1 is better than the 350, David. Sorry. That's me.
What has that been?
Well, Downhill asked why not a Mach 1 to you over the 350. And he said it's a better car to me, in his opinion.
Reliability.
Let's get Gary in here. Let's get some stuff stirred up, some fighting words.
Yeah, I mean, reliability probably, but for like the driving feel and having that moniker of the name of the car, you kind of have to pick your trade-off on that one.
I'd rather have the 350 over a Mach 1.
Yeah,
unless it was a classic Mach 1, that's a different story.
Yeah, I don't I don't know. A Mach 1, I like them. I like the color, every color they offer on them. You know, they're all kind of like a bright, vibrant color too. But if I were going to pay that money for it and then pay the money for my 350, I wouldn't pick the Mach 1 over 350, I don't think.
No, you're good, Milo. You're good. Yeah, Milo had so this guy right here, he was at Ponies. He's a buddy of mine. He's local. He had, I'm going to forget the year. He had a first-gen Saline. Oh, here he comes. He had a first-gen Saline, and he actually won the best Saline buggies last year.
Let me get in on this, chap, since I'm here with you professionally.
Hold on, let me go get my popcorn.
And I know absolutely nothing. So, Nate, if you want to hear this, sit your ass right there. This is the way it goes. Pinks, I got both cars. I got a GT350 right here, and I got a Mach 1 over here, and I have the old Mach 1. And my brother has a 70 Boss 302. So, yes, I've been in all of them. But if you drive my Mach 1 and then you get my wife's GT350, you wouldn't know the difference.
Really?
I'm going to tell you that right now.
I'm glad you came.
And I've been driving these cars for a long time, brother. There.
Am I accurate in my argument for that, though?
Hey, you got it, Brelsford. I'm here.
Gary, do you feel that I'm accurate in my argument, though, for 350 to Mach 1?
What's that? What's the argument?
You got reliability with the Mach 1 without having a Coyote, but you've got a little bit more kind of like driver feel with a 350. You feel
the GT350 and the Mach 1, yes, I would go with the reliability with the Mach 1, yes, because of the Coyote. The GT350 had problems with the motors and stuff like that. In 2019, they were supposed to fix that. But this is the thing, though. People get in these cars, and that flat plane crank is a hell of an engine, don't get me wrong. But they had problems with them because people, first and foremost, didn't break them in right. They took them off the assembly line and ran the piss out of them, shifting those cars at 8,200 RPMs before they were even broke in.
Oh.
So they had problems with them right then and there too. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, but as far as the GT350, look, man, GT350, Mach 1 is basically the same car except for the engine. It's got the same trans, same rear end, same suspension, same everything.
Hey, Connor, Sublime's asking if you plan on going to the track. I thought you talked about it, but maybe you didn't.
Yeah, it will be tracked. I wouldn't have bought that car if I didn't plan on kind of driving it for what it'd been made for.
But, I mean, all the GT350s that I raced on the street with my 21 Mach 1, I beat every single one of them because they're trying to shift it at 77 RPMs like I do. But once they start shifting those cars where they're supposed to be shifted at, that's when they start walking away from me.
Hey, this has been an interesting stream. I'm glad you came in here, Gary.
We're not over yet.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm giving you an owner's point of view, not what somebody read or what somebody said. You know what I mean? The Boss 302, if you want to drive a real one, go get yourself in a 69 or a 70, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Those cars shift smoother than any car I've ever driven in my life with the old top loader transmission and everything else. You know what I mean?
That's what I said. I'd take one of those over a GT3, a newer GT350 any day, just because I love the classics.
Look, the insurance company just called my brother, and they said we want to bring your insurance up to $85,000 for his car.
Wow!
So for the cost and everything else, hell yeah, baby. You know, my 70 Mach 1, that's where it's at, baby. Because without that, there wouldn't be none of these today.
I love that car. My wife was watching the video earlier when you did the startup, because we were sitting in here watching it together when you did the startup on your new Mach 1, and she's in love with your old one because it's the exact car she wants in the right color. She's like, if we had money, we'd probably be trying to buy it from you.
No, I've had that car since I was 12 years old.
I know. That's what I told her. I said he's had that car since he was 12. So
right, yeah, I'll do a startup on that another day.
Yeah, she is in love with that car.
Well, tell her I said thank you.
What was all over it Was that napkins or desiccant?
That was dryer sheets because
Dryer sheets.
to keep the mice and stuff out of it.
Okay. I was thinking maybe it was like desiccant packs because I didn't look at it very well to like keep the moisture out of it. But
Normally I throw. See, that garage don't hold any moisture, so but normally I throw the little barbecue bags, you know, charcoal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I throw those under the cars because usually that'll suck it up. Most time you can throw them under there, and if there's a lot of water in there and stuff like that, they'll suck it up.
No, I didn't know that. Learn something new every day.
Super fast truck. So he's coming here to kick my ass if I saw that car. I've had a lot of times I could have sold that car, but I've even if I needed the money, I still kept it.
So I don't know if you guys saw. Hold on. Actually, go ahead. I'll show you here in a second. You guys keep talking. Sorry.
So, but I mean, if you want to talk about a Boss 302, like your Browsfords and yours, Nate's, and the one that Connor had, for that time, those cars were the best cars.
Oh, back in 2012?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, by all means, they were the best cars. But everything now has moved up. The cars are better now because it's a different time for them.
It's evolution.
I mean, and you expect it though, like, right? You'd hope that we progress.
Right. So, like the 21 and 22 and 23 Mach 1s, I really thought those cars were going to be bosses, not Mach 1s. And I'm glad they're not.
So my thing is with the new Mach 1s and the GT 350s, like you said, they're very similar. But what I want is an R version of the 350, one that's just made for the track. Just more made for the track with less of the creature comforts. That's the only reason I'd take a 350 is if I got an R.
And that's everybody's opinion. I mean, that's what they think. But I mean, if you sit down and think about it, it wouldn't take much to turn my wife's into an R.
Probably not.
So I mean, it's basically changes. Yeah, changes and stuff like that. I think the suspension's pretty close to being the same. With the 2018, they changed things. And then 19 is when they did the engines.
Okay.
All I know is I hope Ford never comes back out with another bullet car. Every generation, I swear, has had a bullet car. Some of them even 2 iterations, and I'm like, that's fine. But at some point, you've rode the
money
on that one.
They don't care. It's money to them. They don't care.
Did you guys see this? Hold on.
Which did we see? What?
Yeah.
Daddy Ford.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So I was like working, and they're like, they sent that message, and I go on their page, and so what I found out is if you're on your I have a Facebook page, obviously, for the channel, which I don't really maintain. I don't, but they commented on the photo there, and I went to their page, and when I'm on my page, I can't comment to them or message them, and so I'm like looking for this private message button anywhere, can't find it. I found out if I went to my private profile, I could, and I messaged them. Basically, they just want to they like the pictures and they want to borrow some of them. I don't know for promotions or advertise. I don't know what, but they said they'd plug the socials. So I was like, yeah, well, can't hurt.
Yeah.
So I was hoping it'd be like the free F250, but no, not so lucky.
Oh no, nothing like that. They don't do that anymore.
No,
you're not big enough. If you had like 3 million subscribers, maybe.
Yeah. Well, it would have been like, I would say it's like, they have the name patented. They've patented the name Boss EO2. So I was like, oh man, maybe they're going to release the EO2 and they want a Boss guy to come look at it. I was like,
well, look what they did with the Cobra Jet. They got an electric Cobra Jet, man.
Yep.
Connor, how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
15.
I may look 15, but I am 23.
23.
Yeah,
okay, perfect.
350 owner ever, man. Good for you.
So that lines up perfect with who said it? Eros' comment. Anyone born after 2000 even knows what the bullet reference is. Do you know what the bullet reference is?
born in '99. I know Steve McQueen.
There you go.
Anyhow,
Give the man some credit. We're gonna kick him out of here. He's just,
but I
Hey,
mean,
I'm not the one who did I say the comment? I merely repeated it.
if like Ford Tech Life, he says he would rather have the Mach 1 than the 350. So I mean, everybody's got their different opinions.
Eros, I guess we're not wanted here, bro.
I want every single Mustang they've ever made. Personally, I would love to have one of each.
You know what I
Two.
want?
Two.
You know what I want? I want a Roadrunner. I want a Mach 1.
Oh,
I want them all. I just can't do it.
I want a Roadrunner. I want an old Daytona. Like a '69 Daytona.
Right.
Yeah. What was the one that had the high wing on it? What was that one?
Rose.
Superbird.
The Superbird, yeah.
Or they had the ones at the Daytona.
Some of the Superbirds
Yeah,
had the wing and some of them didn't.
Yeah. I want the one.
Well, the Superbird had the wing. The Super B didn't have the wing, right?
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yep.
yeah, Superbird have it, and then there was a Daytona.
Charger Daytona was the original first one.
The Daytona. That's the Daytona everybody runs.
And then it became illegal at NASCAR because it was too fast.
That Dark Horse.
Everything's illegal
Look,
now.
I seen the Dark Horse. A guy had it, and he was out testing it, and he wouldn't let me videotape it because he didn't want to get in trouble. And I said, that's fine. But the dash in that car, I think is freaking horrible.
You don't like it?
It's like a big screen TV.
Yeah.
The double. I don't like
It's
the double.
the double that goes
Yeah.
across to the center.
Right. Now the body of the car, I walked around the car, and it's not as bad as I thought. But that dash is horrible.
I thought for sure that, yes, in person, the Dark Horse will look better than it does in pictures. Just like the S550, I didn't like when I first saw it until I saw one in person. And I hated the S550, and look what I drive now.
Yeah, I hated it too. And then I was like,
the Gen 3 digital dash will go down as the best last good dashboard made.
I have a Gen 3 digital dash to put in my car. I put one in my wife's car already. I need to do it.
That will go down as the last good dash.
Not getting with the times.
What's that?
You guys sound like a bunch of old folks not getting with the times. We're modernizing here.
We are.
Dude.
You know what? And I get
technically,
what you're saying, but listen, I got a big screen TV right here. I don't need one in my car, too.
Yeah, technically, it's called a dash, not a display, not a television. It's called a dashboard, which normally has curvatures of some sort, of anything other than a flat screen.
I also bought a dash that's in pre-production right now for my Focus. It's going to be a digital dash. If the guys ever get it done, they're having problems with trying to find the best hardware to do it with. They've got the software down. That's easy. Now the argument's over what to add onto it. And I think they're trying to put too much into the initial one, and I think they need to cut back a little bit.
Yeah, I like the dash.
But I like the digital dash in my wife's car. I love it, and I need to put it in mine. The only thing I don't want to do is I don't want to swap because for some reason they decided to swap which side the buttons were on in the steering wheel. And so I have to do that with mine and put the new buttons in. And that's the one thing that
Hang on one second.
Frank, the California Special has always just been an appearance package. And
right.
Ever since 07 and even I think the original was just an appearance package.
The original
back in 67,
package to appease California.
Back in 67, 68, they had 6 cylinders in them, so that tells you pretty much. I mean, they had V8s in them too, but they're mostly 6 cylinders. So.
There's a guy in my neighborhood. I think he just passed, unfortunately, but he was letting his son-in-law drive out. He had a California Special here, and they swapped in a 428. Yeah.
My wife just brought me this a minute ago. It's really good.
Oh yeah.
Dude, go ahead.
I was going to say, aren't carbs what we're supposed to watch what we eat? Or Texas said he doesn't even know what a carb is.
A carb goes on my car.
Yeah.
It's my old car.
Now I missed the part where Connor said that, what did he really since you got the GT350 or you haven't driven it enough, what do you think's the better car?
I hate driving the 350 on the highway. I would have road tripped the 302 anywhere. But on that token, you can't beat a 350 on that feeling on the back road. Or I've yet to drive on the track with it, but I definitely think that will be more of a prominent upgrade than with independent rear.
What year is it again, Connor?
2017.
You think that the rear end has a lot to do with the highway and the back roads, the difference?
Well, I hate driving it on the highway, with like the tram lining and everything. If you have an uneven road, you kind of get pulled into that divot in the road, Yeah.
I want to
I
drive.
get same thing in my Mach 1.
I want to drive a Boss that has the Watts link. I want to try it out. I want to see like.
I wanted that.
Now,
Just put it on your car, man.
Connor, now, did you have any tram lining problems with your 302?
Mm-mm. I practically had a squared set up on it, 285 in the front, 295 in the back.
With my factory setup on mine tram line's pretty bad. Going up any back roads, it got to be up forever.
Eris says the Dark Horse Dash is as enticing as a and majestic looking as a girl in baggy sweatpants with her hair up. Some people like that.
So, hey, Laguna Boss wants to know if you went to the Tail of the Dragon with the GT350 yet.
Yeah, I will be down that way over the weekend for Pigeon Forge.
Oh, God, salty.
Nice.
I like
Salty.
the twos. I do. I like the look of them. I can't help it.
I like the Cobra.
I think he ate too many blueberry muffins.
There's a guy who drives a regular Mustang 2 V8. He's got a V8 in it. I don't know if it came with it. Drives it around here, and it looks really good. He hadn't really done much to it. It's still like the original paint, but it's in good shape. I think it looks good. I like the design. I like the style of it. But that's mostly because I owned a Pinto, and they look very similar.
Don't get salty started.
What's up, Mike?
Yeah, but the thing about it is that, every one of us were at a different age, and we've been around different cars. Pinks, how old are you?
I'm 52.
Okay, so you're 5 years younger than I am. So so we pretty much grew up around the same time. But far as like, the 65 Mustangs to the 70 Mustangs, they're basically a Gen 1 car, but they were still different. You know what I mean? The 71 to 73 Mustangs, they were huge. They were big, man. They were boats. And when you went around corners and stuff with them, dude, you had body wave and everything else. Mustang 2, that saved the Mustang. Without the Mustang 2, we wouldn't have Mustangs today.
True.
Then the Fox body came in. People said, wow, this has got a 4-link rear end, man. We can drag this car. And they use that car for everything. Tracks, drag racing, road racing. I mean, they did everything with the Fox body. The new gen, there was kind of car of its own. And then we got to the 2005. We started going back to the looks of the 60s and 70s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the progress of the Mustang really come from the Mustang 2s. They took that car, built that car until they figured out what they wanted to do to make a better car. And that was the Fox body. And everything since then pretty much come off the Fox body until the new gen Mustangs.
I owned a Pinto, Salty. What the hell?
So did I.
What's he talking about? Yeah, okay. I don't know anything about those old cars.
I had a late model Pinto.
Hey, I've junked a lot of them.
That's funny, Laguna. Laguna said he flew to Atlanta just to rent a GTH.
I like what Stupid Fast said there. The owners, meaning the Mustang lovers, save the Mustang from becoming the probe.
Yeah. Yes. They I'm telling you, they were going to get rid of the Mustangs for the probe at one. Yes, they were.
The probe was not that great. It really wasn't.
You had the fanboys of them, but then the real Mustang guys, the hot rod guys, were like, "No way."
No, I mean you could do a lot with a probe and have fun with them, but they weren't a Mustang.
Right. We're not talking about Cummins, Miss Carol. I got a Cummins in my loader at the yard.
Well, hey, look, everybody, I've got to get off here
live
for early morning.
Connor, appreciate you coming in, man.
Yep, thank you for having me on. We'll talk to you all later, and take care.
See you
Later,
later.
Connor.
When you go to the Tail of Dragon, you better get some good videos, or we're coming after you.
Yeah.
Will do.
All right, brother.
So, wasted
Y'all
talent.
take care.
Wasted talent.
What's up, Brian?
Well,
That's good that you got rid of the Ram. You didn't need it anyway. I told you not to buy it anyway. Well, I told you shouldn't have bought it. It's unfortunate that the Cummins is having that many problems anymore because they used to be a very reliable engine.
Laguna boss have a Laguna?
yes, I believe so. Yeah.
Well, he needs to get up here.
Yeah, let's see that. YouTube. What year is that Laguna? Is it a 13 or a 12? You know, Matt?
I think it's a
Hank.
13.
13. So it's a black one.
Yes.
Probably. Was that the only Lagunas for the 13? Was that year? Was it black, or did they also have a?
They had a gray. I think they had a gray. But no, they had a black. They had a school bus yellow. And I
Oh,
think
that's right. That was it.
26 cars of 13 Sublime.
I think
Huh?
they shared colors with the base model.
13.
Oh, nice, nice.
What color is it? Black with? Oh, you got the black and the red one. Oh, yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Frank, what year Pinto were you in? Do you remember? School bus yellow.
Oh my God, Salty, quit sniffing those muffins. I think he's snorting his blueberry muffins that he was making earlier.
I just wonder what kind of butter he used.
Yeah.
Was it
the
the good butter?
psychedelic kind?
Was it the good butter or the real good butter?
Oh, it's 76. You had the Freedom one.
That's what I thought. Only two colors, black and the school bus yellow. Yeah.
The 1976, what was that? 200th, the bicentennial Pinto.
Well, no, they had black. They had black with
The one that
gray.
exploded the most.
Yeah. They did have black with gray stripes because that's the one I was looking at getting.
I've only ever seen black and gray stripes, Lagoon. I've never seen a black. Your car is literally the only black with red I've ever seen as a 13.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen that either.
They had a black and red one at Taylor Ford. They tried to get
There's a black and red. There's a black and red 2012. I've never seen a black and red 13. His is the
Oh,
only
I'm not
one.
sure what year the one is at Taylor. I'm not sure what year it was.
So if,
So
if,
Salty said,
if the stripes look like mine, Gary, then it's a 12.
okay. So Salty said the only good probe ever built was the two that Bob Glidden raced. The rest were junk, pretty much.
Yeah. I've been in a couple of probes that were fun, but they were aftermarketed. That's the only reason they were fun. They had a lot of aftermarket work done to them.
Yeah, those little 6-cylinder probe GTs, you could at least make peppy and fun.
I'm like track. They were fun.
Why am I full screen?
I don't know. Why are you full screen?
You
I
got
don't know.
because you got pretty
Oh,
lips.
5 at 11. It's
Oh God.
Oh, did he change my name again?
maybe. You working tomorrow?
Probably not.
Uh,
Oh, good.
What year was the blue with the white stripes?
The blue with the white was 2012, but there was not a Laguna blue and white. It was just the Kona blue with white was a standard boss color in 2012.
So what was the idea behind that? I never understood that. 2012, you could get black or white stripes, but 13, they never offered that?
No, you could get black. So,
Or was
well,
it because of the dark colors?
I don't know.
scroll up, Salty.
I don't know.
He's got a link. You got to scroll up though.
He
I'll
didn't
post
send
it.
it.
I'll post it again. Hold on. I'm only
He's
going.
gonna
I'm
post it.
gonna get off here. I'm getting off here in about 15 minutes.
Well, we'll get 15 minutes of Salty.
Here's the link.
Oh, my phone's in the other room. It's charging. I have to go grab it. Be right back.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. I remember black with the red on the 12s, but not the 13s.
So again, what year was the blue one with the white stripe?
Blue and white wasn't. There's no Laguna blue and white, but there was a blue with white stripe 2012.
They even made blues. Didn't they make grabber blues in 13?
They made a grabber blue, but it had the black stripes.
Yeah.
So they didn't make a Laguna with the blue and the white stripes?
No.
Damn, I could have swore I seen one of them. But maybe I seen something. I seen one with blue and white stripes, but I didn't know if it was a legit Laguna or not. So
what's up, Lefty?
That's what I said. So the end got silver with red. I seen those.
So Laguna Boss, was it a legit Laguna?
Mm-hmm.
His car? Yeah, his is.
Yeah.
He said that someone put different stripes on.
Oh,
the problem the 13 owners have. So 13 stripes are reflective, right? And so to get it replaced, those stripes, if you buy them from Ford, are thousands of dollars. They're very expensive.
That's ridiculous.
So there's a guy that actually makes them in the owners group, and he's a good guy to know. I think his name's like Greg Boss, conveniently. But a lot of people some people go other routes because they're so expensive, and they find different things to put on there.
My thing is, I just don't know if I would want one of those cars because I would never take it to a road course because that's just not my thing, and I don't think I would do the car justice by owning one of them. You know, if you're going to own one of them, you might as well take it and do what it was meant to do. You know what I mean?
Well, they're like one of the more they're probably the most rare modern muscle car, modern Mustang, because Laguna, they only made 750 in each year, really. At least in 2012, they only made 750. I think it might have made like 780 in 13, and they get wrecked because people track them, so there's even less, obviously. But I wanted one, and there was one for sale near me, but I need the back seat, and they deleted the back seat.
So did they only make that car from 12 to 14, and that was it?
They made Boss 302s from 12.
No, I'm talking about the Lagunas.
Lagunas. No, they made Lagunas from 12 and 13.
Okay.
There were Bosses in 2014, but they were the Boss 302R and the 302S race cars.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, you want to see a real Boss 302?
Yeah, Gary's fixing to show you his brothers.
That's right there, baby.
I'd love one if I could ever afford it, but that'll never be in my budget.
So that's your brothers?
Yeah.
So you and your brother. Now let me ask something. Is the paint code the same color on both of your cars?
No.
Okay. I didn't know that. So
no.
That is more of the what's his name's. What was that guy that drove that car? And God, what was that famous driver? So what now?
Parnelli Jones.
Yes, that dude was. I think that's the whole reason why they come out with the Laguna cars, right? It was basically copied after his championship winning cars.
He was out there. He was when you buy a Boss 302, there's an owner's kit, and in the kit there's a DVD that tells the story of the development of the car. And when they took it out to the track, they took it to Laguna Seca at the actual Laguna Seca track, right? And the goal was they didn't want to beat the Camaro because it was too easy, and they knew they'd do it. The goal was to beat the BMW M3 as a track car. So they ended up doing it super fast. Parnelli Jones was out there, exactly what Laguna said. He was out there as a consultant. He did a few laps in their testing platforms, and he was out there to comment on it.
So
let me ask you: is it the truth that Mustangs have always beat Camaros? They just, this always been a very easy thing for us to do. Just beat Camaro.
The Trans Am series cars was really that was a race. You know what I'm saying?
That was an awesome series, dude. I love going on YouTube and watching that old series.
That was a whole different monster back then.
Yeah, those guys drove
they still do
dog poop out of those cars.
I like watching the the classic races, whatever they call them now. But like those guys still bring those, like the 69 Boss out there. I saw a 350 out there. Those guys are ripping it. There's like a real sick video of a I want to say it was a 65 350 chasing a 69 Boss 302, and those guys are getting it, man. They're revving it out.
You wouldn't think they'd want to drive those cars so hard. They're scared, and
They actually
knowing how precious those cars are.
Yeah.
And if they wreck them, that's part of history gone. You know what I mean?
But did you know that the original Boss 302, the car that they used to make the stripe kit and everything for, was actually a S Code 390 car, 1969.
No, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Let's see.
Yeah,
That's
they're
why
awesome cars. So,
I'm old. I know more about the older cars than I do the new cars. Now, Brelsford, you can talk about this car because you know about this, right?
Hold on a second.
I love the 69 Trans Ams. One of my favorite cars. Full screen.
I'm doing something else. Give me a second. You can
Yeah,
control it when you go live after me. You can
you
control.
heard what he said. You listen to him now.
So that's a so I do believe they so that's a 3-valve motor. That's a 3-valve motor, Gary, and I believe they boarded it out to 302.
Yes.
But it's not making like crazy power.
So that car right there is basically what brought the Boss back. This year,
That's
right?
the other car that was in the garage that I didn't think was a Boss.
No,
Turns out it is.
That's a Saline. So Saline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this right here is a Boss 302.
Oh,
They
it
built
is.
this car because Pernelli Jones had this car. They built this car based off of his car. So this car right here, I think it was a 2007 or 9. I'm not sure. And that's what they started making. That's what brought the 302 Boss back, is this car right here.
I really think when they come out with that 06, I really think that or was it 05 to 09 or 06 to 09? 05
I got
to
a
09,
video on that car. You can take me off there now, Brosford. I got the video of this car on there that explains what it is.
But when they come out with that first generation S197, I think it was 05, right? 05
Yes,
to
that
09.
was, yes.
Man, when they come out with that car, dude, that just like launched the Mustang into another stratosphere.
I hated
Man,
the
them cars
taillight.
sold like
That had
crazy.
the ugliest taillight panel I ever seen.
Which one?
Yeah, but they sold the 05 to 09. When they come out with that body style, dude, the Mustang sales took off like a rocket.
Oh, I loved it. I loved mine, man. I loved mine when I had it at 05. I had 05.
I was just glad they got rid of the new Edge.
See, me too, because I'm sorry, but to me, the new age Mustang is one of those cars that just doesn't fit in. It don't fit in anywhere. It's like an afterthought of Ford. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful car. It's just like an afterthought. It don't resemble a Mustang.
I have to say that the 04 Mach 1 I had, my wife's 03 Terminator, I liked them.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, they're beautiful cars, and I know a lot of people like you've had them, and Mr. Mike's Garage, he loves his and stuff. But to go from what we've had before we got to that point, like even the SN95, it got to the point where it's kind of why, and then that new Edge come out and like this is even like a bigger why. But then when the 05 come out, it was like game on, buddy. We got a Mustang again.
It's evolution, just like you guys, just like you said, Mr. Mach 1. It's the Mustang 2. It has its place in history, even though a lot of people don't like it. If it wasn't for that, it probably went away. Just they got through the crunch of when oil prices were through the moon and everybody was trying to be economical and they were trying to charge an arm and a leg for everything.
Right. So I mean, it's just the way it is. It's just with these cars, they go back because I'm with 2000 and when 2011 came out with that 5.0 or 2010, just before that, that's when people started saying, you know what, Ford, it's about time you're starting to listen to us.
Yep. 2011, I think, was the first year for the Coyote. When they come out with that motor, I mean that engine package, people was like, "Damn, we got something now. We got a fast car."
I had to go to Columbus, Ohio, to get a 2011 Mustang. I couldn't get one here. I had to go down there in Ohio to get it.
The only thing bad about the 10, don't get me wrong, it's identical to the 11, but it's just I think it still had the old 3-valve motor in it.
It did.
Yeah, that was just the biggest downfall of that year of car.
And that engine served its purpose too, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it moved motors from being more mechanical to more electronic. You know, Fox Bodies had it, but they continued that evolution with that motor as time went on.
Yeah.
And I still think they're one of the best sounding, unless you go back to the 60s and early 70s. I think they're one of the best sounding when you put a good exhaust on them still.
Well, I really think that started in '96 because that's when the debut of the mod motor. I really think that moved it in that area to the more tech than it is actually working.
You know
on
what
the stuff.
sounds good? You're standing behind a 1970 or a 69 Mach 1 with a 428 Cobra Jet.
Oh, you ain't lying, dude.
Good. That will make goosebumps go up the back of your neck.
But I'm gonna tell you, the Mustang 2 also gave us something we didn't have before, and that was rack and pinion steering.
Well, actually, the Pinto gave us that.
Well, I mean, that was kind of, you really can't really count it on the Pinto. You just really can't. But the Mustang 2, dude, I mean, you look at every old hot rod build, what front end does everybody want? They want the Mustang 2 front end for their car.
And the Pintos.
Yep.
So
that's just what they want.
We talk about the Boss 302s. Another one went off the road because of a wreck. I know where there was one 1970 Mach 1, and it's in a scrapyard because it got wrapped around a telephone pole. My uncle bought it brand new. Didn't make it a year. He wrapped around a telephone pole racing it.
My dad did that to a damn Torino Cobra Jet. Had it 6 months and wrapped it around went off of he was drunk going on his way to the beer store to get more beer and went through a curb too fast and went down through a ditch and flipped the car 7 times. Wow. And flattened the entire top of the car. The only thing that saved his life was he didn't have a seatbelt on and he got thrown out of the car. If he'd have been in the car, he'd been dead.
Yeah, it is, Eris.
And then Salty would not be here.
Well, we're glad you are.
Well, that's debatable. That's debatable amongst some of my family members.
But I mean, the thing about it is everybody's got their own thing. You got Pink's Garage. He's more into it like track racing, but now he's touching more into the drag strip. So now he's learning different things now. So as we go along with these cars and everything, they're different. We learn. I've been drag racing since I could drive. You know what I'm saying? But
see, that's me. I've only ever done drag racing. I've never done a road course. If I ever did it, I'd probably fall in love with it.
I did drag racing before I ever did road course.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah, I've been drag race. I'm learning how to drag race with actual power now.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
That's the difference.
I still think you should put a 400 turbo in that car, man.
If I have the money, I actually might. But
you just got to dig up those old mason jars in the backyard.
I wish. My dog ate all the money.
He's like, I got clay. He goes, trust me, I ain't digging in that hard stuff. I'm telling you, that clay down here, you hit it with a Matic, boy, then Matic come back hit you in the head.
Not at this time of year. This time of year it's soft because of all the rain.
Yeah, but in the summertime, that stuff's gets like a road.
It's got a good point here. The SVO was probably the most misunderstood Mustang. I agree.
You know what? I like the SVO if they never would have touched the front headlight in the grill area. That throws me off on that car. That thing is hideous.
So
if they would have kept a regular 4i front end on that car, I probably would love it. You know what I mean?
I want to ask Brosford a question. Brosford, I want to ask you a question. If you never would have bought the Boss 302, what would have been the next choice of cars you would have bought?
You're muted.
I had an 05 GT when I bought the car. It was pretty much the only thing I had left to do was cams. That was next on my list. And I went to the dealership looking for. I was going to go look at a 2008 GT 500.
I got to mute. Here comes the train.
That's what I was going to look at, and I never even drove it. I drove the Boss, fell in love immediately, and I was like, I want this instead. But honestly, I'd probably go for nowadays, probably a 14,500.
All right. Now, 14,500, I'd definitely love to have. Now, Pinks, what would you have if you didn't get into a Mustang?
But I didn't get into a Mustang.
Yeah.
Ooh, hell!
We're gonna finish this up, but once we go through this, I'm getting it off, guys. I gotta go.
I had a Focus before, and I still have one. Let's. What would I have done? Trying to think the year. I actually don't know. It would. I was at that point. It was like a Mustang or nothing.
Okay.
For me, it's an easy answer. Corvette.
All right, Nate.
Actually, I was searching. The Boss was the last thing on my list. I was looking into, and I think I'll probably end up getting one. I looked when it came to a Mustang GT350, but before that, I was actually looking at the M3 that this car Ford set out to get rid of off the track.
Salty.
Yes, sir. I can't answer that question honestly because I've had every car that I wanted back in the day. So
Okay.
I've already done. I'd already done had them all.
Sublime.
I already said that.
Corvette.
Yeah, so
Yep.
that was. See, I couldn't say Corvette because that was out of my price range at the time. I bought used. I bought $26,000 Mustang.
If I couldn't, if I didn't have a 70 Mach 1, I would have had a 70 GTO.
Ooh,
That would have been a sweet ride to have too.
it's another. Sweet.
I'm telling you.
Just saw one in a magazine the other day. Oh my god, it was beautiful.
Okay, now ask yourself this same question about modern vehicles. If you wouldn't have bought the Mustang you got, what other modern vehicle other than Nate? We know all he wanted was a pocket full of headache. But
Challenger.
but what other car would you have wanted from the modern day?
I mean,
Challenger.
I wanted. I was gonna when I graduated college. I wanted a Challenger. I grew up loving Challengers.
Challenger's
I like
badass.
the Challenger too.
Nate just wants a broke banking account.
I thought that was the first question. Modern car.
Well, I think it was just a question, but everybody was talking about older cars. Nobody mentioned anything about newer.
Hey guys, I hate to cut this off. I'm getting text. My wife is actually calling me. My baby's waking up, so I need to go take care of it.
All right.
Hey, brother.
Later, guys.
Sublime, you going live?
Catch you.
Hey guys,
I don't know.
I appreciate everybody hopping in here. Yeah, it was good. I had fun today.
Absolutely. Catch you guys later.
Later.
Later, guys.
Everybody have a good night. If you haven't already, please hit the like button on your way out. And I appreciate everybody who stopped by.